Good morning, everybody. It's John for Father's Rights, my anti-child neglect and anti-child abuse YouTube channel, giving family and friends an update on my current situation. It's 7:57 a.m. and it's October 26, 2025. Well, my friends and family have told me to give Clarissa some time to adjust. Well, giving him time is detrimental to my daughter's well-being. When my daughter left here, soon as the temporary order of protection was suspended, she was the first person to call me. I didn't call her. She called me. I was in Hempstead doing my job. She called me right away, like 3 or 4 times. I had to slow her down and say, look, I'm doing something right now. I'll get right back to you. Call me back in 5 minutes. And I sat and talked to her for about an hour. The changes in my daughter's behavior were brought on by one Franny Quinto Guzman, who's now the de facto kingpin of this family of grifters and child pimps. Now, I'm going to say child pimp because that's exactly what she is. And my wife knows that to be true. And she never reported that her cousin married off her 14-year-old girl that was under her guardianship to a 31-year-old guy. My wife knew, and she didn't do anything about it, so she should be charged for that. But it's even worse now, because as my lawyer's going over the court documents, my wife filed a false charge against me, and there's a disparity of what she told the family court judge and what she reported to a criminal court judge. To the family court judge, she said, well, they came and took his gun away because I came in the room and seen him cleaning it. But on the criminal court order of protection that she went and got, what she wasn't supposed to have, she said I brandished a weapon at my daughter and her, a loaded weapon, and I was threatening to shoot him. That's false, and it's defamation. The punishment for that is a year in jail, and I could sue her for defamation. So I'm gonna do that. And on my daughter's side, well, what is a father to do? Now, I threatened to leave her several times for neglecting our daughter and letting her mother just scam her out of money, family money, scamming it out of our money, you know. And her mother did a pigeon drop to her, and I told her point blank, if your family, if you're gonna ask for something and it's not for Gia, nobody's getting nothing, because I don't want to be scammed. And eventually I got to the point where I'm saying I'm leaving, I'm threatening to leave until she's got to change her behavior, because she's hurting everybody in this family to cater to somebody who doesn't give a shit about nobody but herself, which was her mother. And she wanted something, she would steal to get it. She always thought she deserved something, even though she didn't put in an ounce of effort to gain that whatever she desired. Everybody was supposed to give it to her. And Clarissa didn't see any problem with that, because Clarissa, at this point, I'm seriously think her mother pushed her into mental illness by treating her like that, and just not treating her with any love. So unfortunately, I'm not going to take the risk of my daughter suffering the same thing that my wife was abused into. I don't want my daughter being abused into. And in fact, she's actually letting the cousin, the child pimp, actually watch my daughter, and she thinks that exposing my daughter to these kind of people who are an absolute failure to their children under their guardianship, she's expecting good results on this woman having contact with my daughter. Again, it's mental illness. My wife's family's always bullied her, and they told her to stop taking the bully. Just tell them to get lost, fuck off. And my wife doesn't listen because she was always looking for some sort of affection from her dead-eyed mother. The first results, you could see there's a problem within that group, is like when my daughter lived with me, she was getting A's. I was very proud of her, and I would help her. I bought her a telescope, science, and everything like that. I think my daughter has a mind to be a scientist or a really great lawyer. And yet some people still think Clarissa's okay. And those people who think I'm demonizing her, I'm just going to disown you because you're standing there making excuses for her, blaming me, and meanwhile, Gia is in mortal danger. She's in the hands of a family where 2/3 of the children are dead. Are you thinking? Where's your brains? So this gets me very upset. A lot of my longtime friends know what I'm going through. They actually used to hang out with me and Gia. I used to have father-daughter day with Rob Rotowski all the time. He sees me how I treat my daughter. If I was abusing my daughter, you know what Rob would do to me? He'd stick a fork in my eye. We just don't do that. We used to take both of our daughters to the reptile show, out to dinner. We would pick a different restaurant all the time to see so these kids could try Italian food, whatever food. Oh, Rob, let's go there. Let's go have breakfast over there. That's not abuse, taking care of my daughter and bringing her to different places to eat. We would pick different restaurants, all destroyed because a female couldn't stand out following directives. So CPS couldn't come over the house. You know, it was controlling. That's what they told her. Telling her to follow directions so CPS doesn't come over the house is controlling. You ladies in this generation, yous are really mixed up. But in my case, for falsely reporting me and damaging my daughter, that way she has anxiety and depression because you guys kept badgering her and pushing her to dislike me when she fought you every step of the way, you're going to pay for that. All of you are going to pay for what you did to my daughter, the heartbreak you caused to my daughter by telling her lies about me. That's child abuse right there. And you're not getting away with it. So what I did now is, since the police department, you know, they were stubborn, you know, oh, well, he's a Hispanic male. He must, Italian Spanish guy, he must beat his kids and wife on a regular. Since you profiled me, here's what I'm going to do. Since I tried to report, you know, the child pimping, and he didn't do anything, I went to the Special Victims Unit, right? They told me that he needs to be arrested. But I got nothing done for 2 years now of getting these people put where they belong, in fucking prison. Instead, they tried to put me in prison on false stories of defamation and all kinds of crap. And they did nothing. So now, I had to go a rank higher. I'm actually talking to a congresswoman now. And now, when I call the police, and they're supposed to send somebody over the house, she's going to be on an open phone listening to the conversation to make sure you do your fucking job. I'm done playing people. Some of my family members, if you feel I'm demonizing her, go about your way. Don't bother me anymore. Just go away. I have no need for people that aren't willing to help one of their relatives who's being abused and neglected. You didn't listen. You got caught up in all your feelings and you just couldn't care less. And now on that, I'm out of here.